be calling you a radical. They think it's magic. The sheep. Orwell fucking couldn't dream these fucking fools up. Let's start at the beginning on nuclear energy. Let's see, you gotta mine it. Let's have some coffee with Gaddafi. I'll tell you that story in a minute. Got your merit badge, oh, you probably, and the sheep. Mommy said mommy lied to you. And the radical right-wingers, Alex Jones, Jeff Rance, made fucking millions off my back. They didn't send me a fucking dime. And I'm a fool to do your... They think it's magic. Water boilers. So you gotta mine uranium. Uranium-238 natural from the earth from millions of years of fucking lightning strikes. You gotta mine it from the earth, right? Right? That's not what they use in a nuclear reactor. Then you gotta send it off, truck it, train it, fucking diesel fuel it, fucking after that mining, leaving the tailings all over. Then you gotta send it to fucking Toronto, Canada, Bruce, or Paducah, Kentucky, till the tornado hit, or, they send it to fucking Illinois. Ooh, Honeywell from hell. And then they fucking have to get the gas. Where do they get the gas? It's a fossil fuel. They fucking get the fucking, which is called hex gas. It's nasty. It comes from the earth. They have to fucking mine that. They have to truck that to these said places. Then they have to put it in these giant cylinders. And they have to spin it. And then they have to fucking gas it. They have to gas it. If you don't believe me, you don't believe him. Because I am his protege. So then they spin it. They hex it. Centrifugal force. Fission, fusion, same thing. Split the atom, collide the atom, don't matter. Fucking atom bursts open. When the atom bursts open, it creates what we call free radical. Post-ignorance versus free radicals. I'm going to do a show. An art show. Post-ignorance versus free radicals. Whoa. Think about that whole scene. What's free radical? Oh, it's a cancer cell. Well, I've got cancer. Ooh, the free radicals. So... they spin it and spin it. This centrifugal, incredible, giant cylinders. Smashes the atoms together, and then it releases free radicals. What's a free radical? Plutonium, californium. All these heavy metals. And I don't mean freaking Motley Crue. And so the heavy metals release, so it leaves a 98.2% byproduct. The water boilers. The spinning fire. This is long before they get in here. Now let's talk about building a nuclear reactor. Well, let's talk about fucking Vogel in Georgia. 30 billion later. Let's talk about Savannah River, South Carolina. The Mox Fuel Tower to Babel. That doesn't work. Mox Fuel's against the law in the United States. So what did they do? They shipped it off to Japan. You want to look where the Mox Fuel is? Go get a bone marrow biopsy. Okay? Now we're not even to the reactor yet. Building reactors. Billions. What? You don't think that takes diesel fuel, fossil fuels to build a fucking... This concrete alone. Do you know that 20% of the carbon footprint in the world is cement? What's cement? Cement is a product that goes in concrete. Do you know they boil it and cook... Or excuse me, they cook it. I mean, it's right up here. They cook the cement at 6,000 freaking... Who? Portland? On the Portland Islands off the UK? Mother England? Joseph? He invented it. He boiled it on his stove. That's how we got Portland cement. They have to cook it. You don't think that takes fossil fuels? You know what they burn to cook it? It makes 20% of the carbon footprint. Hell of a way to boil a planet. Kevin Blanch. Equals MC squared. On Balco. On chemo. Plutonium. So, we're water boiling. We're not there yet. So they take, after they centrifuge it, what do they do with the 98.2% byproduct of the uranium byproduct that's just chucked full of heavy metals? They dump it in dumps, you know. They ship it to Hanford. By the way, the Helter Skelter Smelter, as I call it, at Hanford, got shut down now. You know, they get it so hot, bringing star power to Earth. Go to Livermore, California, the nuclear energy. That's their logo. Bringing star power to Earth. Ask Kamala Harris. Her mother was the epidemiologist there. She died of cancer in 2009. They have a suicide epidemic there. I wonder why. The one lead nuclear physicist, piece of shit, changed his name to Hurricane. I'm not kidding. Okay, so we're not there yet to the reactor. So they got to truck this shit. The byproduct they dump all over, fucking in dumps, fucking waste sites all over. And it's fucking... They make roads out of it. Ask them in Chicago. That's no shit. So, then You get it to the reactor. Oh, no, you don't get it to the reactor yet. It's got to go to another facility. Western Zirconium right behind my house. You don't think there's a carbon footprint to that? Making zirconium rods. Oh, you should see that operation out there. You don't think that takes gas to get to work? You don't think that takes fossil fuels? So then they take these giant rods and somebody by hand carrying silkwood has to put these pellets inside these at another facility. You don't think there's a carbon footprint to that? Then off to the reactor. Then these giant fucking assemblies, which are this tall, they're taller than that, they're 7 foot tall. There's 210 to a bundle, and there's 7 bundles. There's 1,400 and change to a assembly. It wraps around a core. Okay, what does the core do? And they wrap into the core. Then they pump fucking hundreds of millions of fucking gallons of water per minute on every single route. And there's not 410, there's 286. I like how the UN's still saying there's 410. Let's see, 58 shut down in Japan, still shut down, all but one. How about the fucking 20 in Germany? 17 shut down. How about San Onofre? I won't stop there. How about freaking Calhoun? How about fucking Pilgrim in Boston? How about Indian Point? How about freaking down by the refinery in New Jersey, Oyster Creek? I won't stop there. We've shut down so many reactors in this country. We're down, if you wanted to build them out in your states, TikTok, Diablo Canyon Clock. So then it gets to the reactor and they pump billions of gallons of water. They're all next to rivers and oceans. And the water runs over the top of this incredible psycho man-made heat source that's releasing all kinds of free radicals. And if you don't believe me, you go to your local reactor, those cooling towers, and I want you to put your hand over the fucking steam. Get a big fucking crane, go put your hand over the steam and just sit there and see how long the skin's on your hand. They used to argue with us at Diablo. They used to argue with us at Diablo. Says, oh no, it doesn't come out. We had to do the work. We went out there. It's back when we had, celebrities on our team. And by the way, everybody went along with it. All you propagandists cover up, you got your merit badge. When you go into the bone marrow transplant and say, I'm fucking sick, I got cancer, I got AML leukemia, is there a pill? Hand them your merit badge and see what the doctor says. Here's my merit badge, I'm immune. And when you're sucking your last breath of fucking air, takes you 2 weeks to die, fucking once they give up on the chemo, hand them that. Hand them that, Bechtel's baby. And so, then, after they boil, hell of a way to, all they are is water boilers. That's all they are. And then, little SMRs. There's no such thing as an SMR. Every time one's been tested, Idaho National Lab, they'd peel people off the roof. New scale from hell. Jose Reyes and the girl that Trump put in to the head of the NRC, which approved it, used to work together there. Don't you think that's a little corrupt? Think about the original funding. Kenwood Financial, I'm the guy that exposed that. That's the South American gangster who's doing 120 years in fucking prison in fucking South America. Yep, there's your fucking SMRs, and they're the only ones approved. Well, I just told you how they got approved. It's fucking corruption. It's the greatest crime syndicate in fucking human history. It's a terrorist organization. So, okay, then, you boil Earth's water, put the water back into the ocean, back into the river, fucking so much hotter than it was, and just cooked all the plankton, cooked all the fucking, the microorganisms, just boiled them to fucking death. Then, they only go for 18 months, those spent fuel assemblies. Then what happens? They have to take cranes, and they're going to put them in a hole at Yakima. No, there's no hole. Oh, what about WIP and New Mexico? Oh, they seek a lot of shit in there for years. They fill them up, and these reactors were not built for spent fuel. So they built swimming pools on roofs for the most part. They're up high. And they take it and they put it in swimming pools. And they've had to build swimming pool after swimming pool after swimming pool. The spent fuel pools, they're not built for it. They're only built to handle about a 7.6 earthquake, Diablo Canyon. That's Kevin Blanch's work. That's how I knew they'd fucking blown it. Fukushima, Japan. And I got blackballed at Weber State nuclear, because they all got their merit badge for going after the nuclear industry, which Weber State is GE. You wonder why they got the Wattis curse. 4 fucking snaps over the head? That's impossible. Everything's possible with that shithole. So, then You got the spent fuel sitting in fucking pools all over, nowhere to put it. And just by law, we were supposed to have it in a thing. That's Congressional Act of 1970s. And they kicked the can. So we pay a fine. Guess who owns these reactors? They're not privately owned. You got it, the usual suspects. Jeff Bezos, Google, Amazon, Bill Gates. Oh, yeah. He's going to get in bed with Governor Cox and build little reactors in Kemmer, Wyoming. No, he's not. He's shamming you. You know, Utah, you just keep paying. You go talk to 1,000 people about their amps bill on their power bill. What? You got your power bill. I just had it. It says amps on it. That goes to NuScale for nuclear power. They're supposed to have little nuclear power here by 2019, 24 of them. Then they said 12. Now they say 6, maybe by 2030. And we've already paid $750 million to these people. You go talk to 1,000 people in Utah. 1,000 won't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Hell of a way to boil a planet. Then you got this waste all over. Then when these reactors are so old, they're supposed to stop them and decommission them. Think about that process. Do you think what's going on in San Onofre right now, tearing one down? Oh, they just bring it to Utah and bury it in the desert. Governor, oh, it's low. No, it's not low level. There's no such thing as low level waste. Hell of a way to boil a planet. And let's spell out. Diablo Canyon, California takes $4.4 million from the California taxpayer a day to keep those welfare queens up. Something we don't use. California producing 200% more solar a day than they can use. They got nowhere to put it because legislators like Utah, Idaho, Nevada. Remember Nevada? You could sell it back, and you were getting rich. Remember how rich you were getting selling your thing? It was a legislator from Utah had moved to Elko, Nevada, who sponsored the bill. Said it's not fair to the nuclear and to the coal industry. It's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? Fuck. So Price Anderson, under the Price Anderson, which is the Department of Energy, which is the DOE, which started out, Jeff Bezos' grandfather, Gaius, was the original propagandist at Los Alamos, where he's born. They appropriate literally billions and trillions of dollars a month. And then there's a congressional act, and Einstein said it was the biggest mistake in history, was nuclear energy. The second biggest mistake was passing, which is called the Immunity Act. So if anything happens, goes wrong, it's on the United States taxpayer. It's called Price Anderson's correction. They all know it. It's free money up front, and they don't ever have to pay it back. You don't think Gates knows that? You don't think NuScale knows that? They all know it because they know the American populace doesn't know it. Price Anderson goes up in 2025 while you were busy bombing people in Iraq that never did anything to you. Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq to give Went on to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. Went off to Ukraine to make it rain. TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. Clean, green, and by the way, I need funding. I'm tired of doing all the fucking dirty work for free. I need a car. I need some fucking money. You know, and so thank you everybody who supported the historic work. Your godsends. You know, your angels. You got your merit badge, the rest of you. So, let's stop this at 13. Oh yeah. Stay tuned.